these snakes do is they swallow the egg, and then when it gets into their digestive system, they have like an appendage off their spine that crushes the egg. They suck the yolk out, absorb that, and then they spit the shells out their mouth. They don't poop them out, they spit them out. All right, this is a green belly skink. Kind of cool. Anything green looks cool too, usually. And for a skink, very, very few skinks have a greenish tinge to them. These are really kind of nice. We have a frill dragon up here in the same cage as it, which is kind of cool. Although he's not frilling his neck out for us right there. He's just kind of basking in the sun. All right, there's a nice emerald tree boa. Always wanted to get one, but I really want one of the basins, which are really expensive. One of these days. Look at that guy. What a beautiful looking tree boa that is. They're pretty nice though too. It's just a regular emerald tree boa. It's amazing how much alike they look like the green tree pythons. Beautiful. These are great. Here's emerald tree snakes. I don't know even sure what they are, but these are kind of cool. They're much thinner. These are not boas, obviously. These are just green tree snakes. They're called African emerald tree snakes. Pretty cool. Here's a really big emerald tree boa. Look at this guy. You can see the mature head. And you can see how much bigger the body is, but look at the mature head on that thing. The big, beefy, muscular head. I love the way that looks. It's an impressive looking snake, you know. Definitely, if you have a nice display cage for these things, set up in a naturalistic type way, this could be a really nice display animal for sure. I will have to get an emerald tree boa at some point. I just got into the green tree python, so little by little. There's some cool Uromastics. They even have their own little hotel, the Euro Resort. That's pretty cool. These are nice size too, with some nice coloration. This is kind of a cool lizard to have. You know, this doesn't get too big. They seem to be able to, you can be able to handle them. They got some nice color in them. Definitely could set up a nice enclosure for these guys for sure. And I love these cages. These are Reptile. Cole and I were just looking at them and saying, this would be great to set up in my house. Get a couple of these cages. I don't know where I would put them around a room. But these are definitely nice display cages. You'd have to have animals, I guess, that don't get freaked out, you know, by too many openings, because sometimes animals like to have a little more security, but because these cages are open all over, but they stack well. They don't need a separate type of framework to hold them. They stack on top of each other, right to the ground. And they have them on blocks so they don't sit on the floor, but you don't really need it. Yeah, some they're calling hypocitrus monitors. These are water monitors. A little lighter than your normal wild type. Babies. A lot of little babies here. If you guys are looking for monitors, man, Underground Reptiles has some really nice stuff. Like I said, it's kept really well. Very clean cages, everything's well fed. Check out their auction site, and then they have their regular website, undergroundreptiles.com. There's some Herman tortoises getting their morning breakfast in, some little salad. Matter of fact, I have to feed mine when I get back. I left really early in the morning. I didn't feed my albino sulcatas yet. We'll get their little head of lettuce when they get home. These things will munch down. They can eat a ton of these greens during the day. They're like little eating machines. That's all they do is eat all day. Look at that guy right there. Just munching down on breakfast here. Now I think I'm gonna use some of those little flower pot bottoms. That's a good idea for a water bowl, so they can kind of climb in there. Mine are kind of still using the same water bowls they used when they were hatchlings. They should probably get some of these flower pot bottoms. They kind of work well. All right, there's some baby redfoots eating breakfast here at Underground Reptiles. What a really cute little bunch of guys they are. Baby tortoises are just awesome. You can keep them in small cages as long as they have a nice basking light. They have a little high place to get out of the heat, and you give them plenty of vegetation to eat. They are happy campers. Here's a really cool African black house snake. I'd never seen one of those in person. I mean, they're pretty common, I guess, in Africa, but I've never seen one. This is kind of cool. Look at this guy. Make good pets. They got albino ones too now. Pretty cool. African black house snake. All right, now this is a viper boa. Never had one of these. This is supposed to be gravid. So that means she's gonna give birth to some live babies at some point. Let's see if we can see her. There she is. She's under there. We really can't get a good look at her. I don't want to bother her too much because she's gravid. Let's see if we can get down there. Give a little look at her right here. There she is. We'll be seeing some live babies from her pretty soon. It's pretty cool. Viper boa is really not that popular yet, but I think they might, they might make a comeback and might actually become decent pets. Especially now that we're having more captive born ones available. I know Vin Russo works with these guys. He really likes them a lot. But he works with pretty much all the boas. So we can get a little zoom on this. There we go. There she is. This is a cool snake. This is a southern brown egg eater. And you can see there's eggs in there because that's what they're feeding them. They didn't lay these eggs, they eat these eggs. And kind of interesting looking snake. A snake that eats a whole egg like that. It's kind of cool. Although you wouldn't want to have it in your chicken coop, that's for sure. You'll eat all the eggs. Very cool. Let me see if I can, there's this, just get this guy's head out of there a little bit. Look at that. There he is. Little egg eater. It's amazing they can get a big egg like that down their throat, but they open up that mouth pretty wide. And they get those down there. There's a whole bunch of them. There's another one right there. So I just found out, I didn't even know this. So what these snakes do is they swallow the egg, and then when it gets into their digestive system, they have like an appendage off their spine that crushes the egg. They suck the yolk out, absorb that, and then they spit the shells out their mouth. They don't poop them out, they spit them out. How cool is this? And this supposedly, he just got these in, so this is like the biggest egg eater he's ever seen too. So these, you would think they would be bigger, but they're not. So this snake will swallow that egg and then suck the yolk and all the contents out of it and then spit out the shells. That is truly an incredible adaptation that they have. And it's crazy because, those eggs are not, I always wondered how they got the whole egg through their intestinal tract, and they don't. They squeeze and they squeeze out the contents. They eat the good stuff and dump the rest. Here's a cool tiger rat snake. Kind of into colubrids lately. I don't know why. I've been becoming enamored with them. And it's just, they're kind of interesting looking. They're so look at him puffing up his he looks like a cobra puffing himself up. They have so many they're mimicking type behaviors. Some of the corn snakes will shake their tail like a rattlesnake. This guy's puffing up his head like almost like a cobra. They kind of trick people or trick predators into thinking that they're something they're not. Look at his head. Look how he puffed up. His whole head is puffed up, and he's looks seriously like a hooded cobra. That is amazing. All right, here's a Mexican black king snake. They're kind of more common these days, but I still think I want to get a pair of these things. I really do. Just because they're so jet black. I mean, it doesn't get much blacker than this. This is like the blackest snake I think I've ever seen. Even my IMG boas don't get this black. I mean, this is not there's not like a single blemish anywhere on this snake. I'm gonna have to ask Ryan's guys here what these things go for. Maybe I'll pick up a pair of these things if they have them. Very cool. Just to say you have them. This would be a good display snake too, probably, if you built a little enclosure where they can be seen on some vegetation and everything like that. Just because they're so dark. All right, this is known as Burton's legless lizards. So they look like snakes almost. Actually, they look like lizards just without any legs. And they're pretty cool. Look at that thing. That's a pretty cool pet to have, I guess, if you want something that no one else has. It's kind of a little different looking. Let's see if I can get this thing. Let's see if I can get my hand in there, see if I can show you that he's pretty small. Look at that guy. He's pretty good attitude. He's not getting scared or anything like that by me. Look at that. No legs. It's so weird. It's a lizard with no legs. All right, this is labeled as a cat-eyed snake. Assuming it's some sort of colubrid. As Paul pointed out, the true cat-eyed snakes are the boiga, but this is obviously not that. And they're rear-fanged the boiga, but this is kind of cool. Let's see if we can pick this guy up here a little bit. They're very long-bodied, slender snakes with like big head, big eyes. Once again, really probably nice display snake. Pretty cool pattern. Got a lot of diversity here at Underground. I really like all these crazy snakes they got. Go crazy in this place. Now this is listed as a velvet swamp snake. Don't really know too much about it. I'm assuming it lives in a swamp. But it's kind of cool because it's green. You know, anything green is like really, in my book, pretty cool as far as snakes go. Let's see this guy. Seems pretty mellow. It doesn't try to bite me or anything like that. Look at that. Now it's moving around. Yeah, I'm digging all these little colubrids. Look at that. Really nice coloration. You don't see too many green snakes, you know, around. Let's put him back here. So this is a green velvet swamp snake. There's a nice Florida white-sided king snake. I'd love to find one of those in my yard. That would be kind of cool. Some nice coloration, a lot of white in them. I think I got to get at least one king snake just so that I can, if I have any dead snakes, I can feed them to the king snakes. They're notorious snake eaters. They're cute when they're little too. All right, they're calling this a crowned, you can see the crown on its head, false boa. So it's obviously not a boa. They must do some stuff that is like a boa. I'm assuming that's why they call it that. Kind of a really nice looking reddish snake. Look at that. White belly. It's got the dark crowned head. Pretty cool. I like to see stuff I've never really seen. Now, what kind of snake is this?
That's a velvet swamp snake. They come from Suriname.
And they puff up like cobras.
They puff up, they expand their scales, they got different colors in between them. Really cool animal.
That is really cool, yeah. And I was just showing before, what's the deal with the crowned false boas? What do they do?
Same thing, those come from Suriname. It's a pseudo boa.
Right. And when you say pseudo boa, what does that really mean?
That's the Latin form.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it because do they mimic boas in any way whatsoever? Or is...
They don't really, I don't know why they have that pseudo boa name, but...
but these are from Suriname.
Yeah, they're from Suriname.
Really nice looking colors.
They wrote it.
Well, I was looking for ideas how to set my tortoises up. Ryan over here at Underground's got a great idea. He just basically took cinder block, and it looks like the bottom one's in the ground. I probably have to go deeper into the ground just because my sulcatas will dig, as Paul pointed out. And you can kind of quarantine off however, you know, biggest space if you want with these things. So I don't think I need such a big space. I only have 2 tortoises, but this is kind of cool. What are those? Are those banana trees he's got there? He's got fruit. He's got some vegetables out there for these guys, and he's got. Let's zoom in on these guys. Yeah, they look like they're pretty cool. He's got some hiding spots there for them to hide to get out of the weather if they want to, or out of the sun. He actually, it looks like he has something in the ground there with water too. they can access water. You can probably just fill it up automatically. That's a pretty cool idea. The only thing that I don't see is necessarily is, you know, if there would be heat here. Like, in other words, if they needed to get warmed up, I don't see any heat boxes. He probably has to take these guys in if it gets like super cold. I don't think it really gets super cold over here, but I would imagine that's what they probably do. I love the way they have this all set up, all quarantined off into different little pens. That's what it looks like I'm gonna be doing. This is how I'm gonna set it up when I finally put them outside. Look at that guy. It's the Luisi iguana. Crutchfield, this is where Tom Crutchfield has a lot of these guys. And he's got these in nice outdoor enclosures. Plenty of room to move around here. And that's the way to set these guys up here. Oh, look at this, what is that little fox-like creature over there I see? Is that a Fennec fox? Yeah. Good thing I got Paul here. Let's see. Pretty cool, look at that. You were selling these for a while, Paul, weren't you?
Yeah, I used to import lots of those from Savannah.
Those are cool, wow.
We used to breed a lot of them in Oklahoma.
Oh, you bred them in Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, they imported a lot of these.
Now, did these things do better outside or inside?
They do really good outside.
Yeah. They look super cool. Are they very, are they tame? Can you like play with stuff
They
like
can
this?
be very well socialized. Usually when you keep them outdoors like this, they're not as friendly, but people actually raise them in their house and keep them as pets.
Wow, really cool. Looks like they're growing zucchini down there. Do they eat fruit, these things, and vegetables?
Yeah, they will eat some, but they're mostly carnivorous.
They're carnivorous, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I love, can't not love those ears and that tail, man. Wow.
Yeah,
Look at this cutie. What kind of squirrel is this thing?
I'm not sure what species that is.
Wow, those are nice. They're pieds. They got to be pieds, Paul. I don't know what they are, but you can see that's a typical pied-looking pattern there with the white bottom, the dark top. That is super cool. Wow. I didn't know. Ryan's got a lot of surprises here. That's cool. Look at that guy. That is awesome. Look at these Fennec foxes. They're getting really upset that we're here. I wonder if there's some babies. It looks like there might be some babies in there, Paul. Let's see if I can zoom in. Getting all vocal on us. Pretty cool. All right, that's it for today. We just are leaving Underground Reptiles, and we're going to be heading back to the West Coast, Cape Coral. Beautiful Cape Coral. I want to thank my friend Paul Miller, who drove my car, kept me company today. We got to see all the cool stuff that Ryan has over here at Underground, and we still didn't get to see the whole collection, which is great because next time we come back, we'll see even more stuff. I hope you guys enjoy these little road trips we do. Maybe we'll do more in the coming months. I always like to see other people's collections. It's kind of cool to see what they got going on, and it makes me want to do new things to my collection. I got a great idea coming here for the outdoor tortoise enclosures, which is kind of cool, and we got some ideas for some possible caging in the future. These all glass cages from Reptile. So it was an actually productive trip, I have to say. All right, if you guys enjoy all these videos we're doing, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, hit that like button, and we'll see you back tomorrow morning.